Calling all pecan lovers, we're gonna make some praline pecans today. You know, the kind with all that sugary, cinnamony goodness on the outside. So rich and decadent. I'm gonna show you just how simple and easy it is. We're gonna make them today, and I'll show you how you can too. Let's make some praline pecans together. To begin with, we need an egg white. So I'm gonna crack my egg and put my egg white in one bowl, and I'm gonna save the yolk in another bowl. If you've never done this, it's not complicated. It does take a little practice, but you just go back and forth from each side of the shell, and your yolk will stay with the shell and the egg white will drip down into the bowl beneath. And once you've gotten most all of the egg white, then you can just save your yolk over there. We'll hang on to that and use it in some eggs in the next few days. Okay, so now that we've got our egg white, we're gonna put this in our larger bowl, and I need to add 1 tablespoon of cold water. Okay, there we go. Now, once I've got my water and egg white together, we're just gonna whisk this together until it gets frothy. You can do this by hand or with a mixer, it really doesn't matter. I find that it doesn't take too long by doing it by hand, so we're just gonna do it that way today. This recipe is really simple. I know the first time I ever had these, when I ate them, I felt like I was eating something so decadent that it had to be complicated, and that's just not the case. There's very few ingredients, and it comes together so quickly that when I finally realized that, I began making them on my own, and they're so much less expensive to make on your own as opposed to buying from the store. But as you can see, we're already starting to get frothy. I'm gonna do this just a little bit more to make it light and airy, and once I finish this, we'll add the rest of our ingredients. I've got my oven preheating to 250 degrees for this recipe. So these are gonna bake low and slow, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Also, I'll show you the ingredients here in just a minute that you're gonna add to this. And just know that you can easily double this recipe without any more time or effort. You could do a second sheet pan of pecans and bake them at the same time, and you would have a nice big batch and have lots to have for your Christmas holiday parties, your friends and family that are going to come over to your house during the holidays, and just to munch on anytime you want. Okay, I think we've got it ready. As you can see, it's very nice and frothy, so it's ready for us to put together the rest of the ingredients. In a separate bowl, I'm going to put my sugar, salt, and cinnamon. So I need 3/4 cup sugar, I need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and now we're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, we're just going to stir this together until it's blended up. Okay, that's done. Now we're going to add our pecans. And as you can see, I forgot to open them ahead of time. We're going to actually add our pecans into our egg white mixture next. We've got our pecans in our egg white, so we're just going to stir to get all the pecans coated nicely. And you'll see that happen really quickly. They all just get coated, and you can see each pecan is nice and moist from the egg white and water mixture. After that, we're going to add our sugar mixture and we'll coat the pecans again. And this comes together very quickly too. Okay. Once that's ready, we're going to add it to our pan. So I have already gotten my parchment paper on a pan. One little trick I like, when I need a flat piece of parchment paper, I wad it up and then unwad it, and it lays nice and flat at that point. So I've got that ready, and we're just gonna lay these on our pan, and we're gonna spread them out nice and evenly so that they're ready to bake. You really want them in a thin layer. It's okay for them to be touching, but I do try to separate them as much as possible to get that single layer. And that way you're gonna get the most toasty praline pecan as your finished product. Okay, that looks good. So I've got my pecans in a single layer, and we're gonna stick them in the oven now. 250 degrees. Okay, we'll come back in just a minute and stir. Okay, it's been 15 minutes, so I'm gonna pull out my pecans and stir them. I'm just gonna leave them right here on the oven rack, and we're just gonna take a spatula and stir them real quick. Once you stir them, you just get them laid back flat, just like we did to begin with, in one nice even layer. And then we put them back in the oven for another 15 minutes. We're gonna do this every 15 minutes for 1 hour. And after an hour, here you have the finished product. You have this beautiful pan of praline pecans just waiting to sink your teeth into. And we will do that here in just 1 second. And they look so beautiful, all dished up like this for a party too. Okay, it's the moment of truth. We have our praline pecans out of the oven, and it's time to try them. Oh, wow. They are so good. They're toasty, just right. That sweetness and that cinnamon. Wow. I could eat this whole plate. You're going to have to take these away from me. They are that good. You need to go make these. If you love pecans, I highly suggest you give this recipe a try. And if you will, give us a like and consider subscribing to this channel. And if you want some more ideas for easy holiday treats, go check out this recipe for classic chocolate fudge, just 2 ingredients. Go give it a try too. Thanks so much for watching.